Hi there. I see that Margaret and Linda are already here. I sent Camille the link a couple minutes ago. I'm sure she'll be here soon. But anyway, I have it zoomed in. Does this look like it's close enough to see well what's going on the Sentro here? I'm using, per Armchair Chef's advice, I'm using different yarn for my waist yarn and different yarn for my panels because we're going to try this again. And I did color my hair. You can't really see it there. Well, a little bit. I put it back to the really bright purple again. Okay, Camille just texted she'll be here in a few minutes, which is fine. Like I said, I can get it going. And I need to have it running on my phone too, because sometimes in Restream, hi Samantha, how are you doing? Yes, you can see well. Okay, good. So again, this is some random waste yarn. I kicked it up. I did try earlier and I did better. So I'm gonna try. So the cast on with a knitting machine, and I am in panel mode here. I don't know why I put that there. That's not where it goes yet. All right. So sorry about that. My kitties are getting fed and the camera is super close to them. So it's, yes. Anyway, so you do it every other, all right. Luckily, it usually doesn't mess with me too much because I've been running it. Okay, I need a longer tail. That's what the problem is. Okay. So you're going to make sure it goes under every other pin. And I am going to go all the way around. And for this, it's not going through the guide because you're doing every other and not every stitch. I feel like there's got to be some kind of WD-40 or something to oil it up. I think somebody told me that there is. Maybe Nick. Or it could have been, who's the other one that uses the knitting machine? Is it Eilish? Or Presley? All right. Okay, every other, and I'll look up here in a second. And then it stops me from turning it when I get, yes, Presley. Oh, perfect timing. Yes. Hi, Riza. I haven't seen you in a bit. Hi, I'm Margaret. Let's see who else I missed. Chuck, Presley, and I did say hi to Samantha. All right. So with the panel setting, it stops you. So then I turn the handle the other way, and I don't want it to go over that one, but I want to make sure, and I'm going to put it in the guide after it gets under this one. I want to make sure it goes under this pin. So it's always going to have a couple pins in the middle from all the tutorials I've watched that don't have stitches. That's normal. And I'm kind of holding the yarn as opposed to using the tensioner guide. I'm finding that that's what works better for me. Oh, I gotta hold this down a little bit. Here, let me figure out a good way to do this. Watch. Oh, hi, Andy. How are you? I'm trying the panels again. If I have the struggles, now I was working on it this afternoon to see that it went better. I changed the yarn I'm using. If I have the same struggles and I get frustrated and I want to give up, I will, is this the one I need to get on? So you can probably see the purple there. No, next one. So I want to make sure it goes over here and under this pin. And then we have these pins that don't have anything. And I'm doing waste yarn right now. So that means yarn that's not really part of the pattern. I'm going to try that. But if I give up, if I get frustrated, if it's not working, again, I will do one of your little octopuses. I just have to decide what color. Probably a rainbow one. All right. So I'll make sure it goes. No, that's that one. I'll make sure it goes. It did not. That one, I guess. Okay. Again, this is waste yarn. This one doesn't have to be perfect, but I need to get it started decently well. Oh, the use by dates? No, they make them small on purpose. Hi, Luana. I already forgot. All right. But yes, I'm going to use Andy Crafty Witch's pattern for an octopus if I give up on this panel thing. And that's the tube setting, and I'll probably use some of my rainbow yarn because, you know, it's just sitting there waiting to be used. And what's better than a rainbow octopus? But maybe the panel will work tonight. We'll see. All right. Okay, and I want to make sure. Oh, I don't want it to do that because I wasn't holding it. Oh, no. What are you doing? Okay. I don't think I want it on that one either, right? I think I want it here. Yeah, all right. But again, this yarn is not going to be part of the final panel. So I'm going to go extra. Seeing it missed that one, but it was on the other ones. I don't know. Because I'm not really holding the yarn. I think it's not having appropriate tension. All right. Yeah, see, it came loose on the other end. I'll show you when we get back around what I'm talking about. All right. See how it came loose here? Okay, and it forces me to go the other way. All right. It's just the beginning and the end that's the problem. Well, really the beginning. You got to make sure it goes under. It's wanting to go under that one. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see when I start using the real yarn. Yeah. Okay. My plan is to do this waste yarn as much as my little cake of yarn. It didn't go under there. It looks like it's got a bunch of. What is it doing? See, it's supposed to be there. Okay. Okay. All right. I know this is painful to watch. All right. Let me wonder how. I know it was hot today where I'm at. Made quite mean by. Oh, absolutely. The heat makes me really crabby. I'm wondering what it says right now. Again, I don't actually live in Denver, and that's going to give you the airport weather, but it'll be interesting to see what it says. All right. It says 89 degrees. So it's 6 o'clock here in the evening and it's still 89 degrees. Yesterday was worse. Today's not quite as bad. Yeah, so I'm holding the yarn this time and that end went much better. All right. Exactly, Chuck. Absolutely. That is what I'm kind of doing myself. What I've kind of been doing all day. So, yes. Let's pretend the world is just crochet and knitting and yarn. Sounds like my kind of plan. Maybe I need to do it like that. Let's try that. Nope. Okay. Like that. Let's try that. That was definitely not supposed to be on there. All right. And now it went further. Okay. So that's annoying. Oh my goodness gracious. I need to double check. Yeah, see where that's at. Oh, nope, she's not here yet. I just had to check. Let's see what. Indiana. Ooh, 91. You're hotter than me. And your humidity's higher, so that feels even hotter. Let's see what's happening with this yarn. What did you make?
Cheeseburger pasta.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll wait until after. My husband made dinner and he was asking me if I wanted dinner now or later. I'd rather just eat later. All right. Okay, let's put the little weights on here. Let's see if that helps any. My weights, by weights, I mean these clips. There. I don't know how many rows I have left. But like I said, my plan is to go the whole entire bit of waste yarn I had. That's crazy, Chuck. What the heck? Why didn't it do your weather, Crafty? It should have. Or is my chat frozen on Restream? Because sometimes that happens. We seem to, when Camille and I are together, it seems like Restream works a little bit better. And I didn't feel like going vertical with this because I want some options. I might switch things up. Plus I wanted to, there she is. Oh my gosh, seriously, why is it not cooperating? There. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. How's it going?
Well, I'm trying the panel again. This is the waste yarn. I'm trying different waste yarn. I'm trying different other yarn. We're just going to give this a shot. But if it doesn't work this time, I'm going to use Crafty Witch's little octopus pattern. And we're just going to do the tube because I know I can do the tube.
Hey,
Yes. Is your husband going to bring you dinner or a meal because you just went live?
probably not this time. He's out there. He's outside right now. He's still He's been working on the bathroom. I took a little nap.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Do you feel better?
Took a little nap to avoid the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chuck said earlier how with the heat really can make you a little bit angry.
Yeah. Yeah. It sure can. You better off staying at home and not being in the world.
Right.
So you don't get extra, so you're not extra with the people. Hello, Luana. Luana, Luana, Luana,
We did the same thing.
Luana. I did a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know what I think. Let me.
Oh, what colorway is that?
It's a Camille colorway.
Oh, awesome.
It's something playing with that fingering weight yarn
Well,
for sure.
I messed it up, guys.
But I don't know what I do. I cannot seem to I cannot seem to make a chain and connect it and crochet in the round that way. I every time get my chain flipped somehow. It doesn't matter. It doesn't seem to matter how careful I am with it. And
In the round, yeah.
it's really frustrating. And it's not just because this is that fingering weight yarn. Like I have this problem every time. So this is what I'm dealing with up here where I connected it. I had to it was again flipped, so I had to like fudge it, and I don't know. I'm thinking I should probably pull this out.
So is it something where you could just do a foundation around, or are
Well,
you skipping?
I mean, if I did a foundation around, yeah, it would be better, but working with the fingering weight yarn, like this is the first time I'm working with fingering weight yarn. Um, I was struggling quite a bit trying to do a foundation double crochet with it.
Oh, got it.
I don't know why I had so much trouble with the a foundation double crochet. I thought, oh, maybe it'll be better because I'm using a fingering weight, right? No, it was not better. So I opted to do the chain, but then I got this janky connection. That's going to bug me.
Oh, yeah, that would drive me crazy.
Like, see, I twisted it and it got shifted. And so now it's like, that's what it's going to look like. So I don't know. I don't know. I guess I can sit here and slowly work on a foundation double crochet and do it
Yeah.
again.
I mean, I know I haven't worked with, well, I think I've worked with a 2 weight, but I don't think I've worked with fingering weight. Fingering smaller than 2 weight, right? Or am I
I
remembering
mean,
wrong?
you got me. I think it is. I still have a mental block with the yarn weights and what it's called.
Well, as you can see, I mucked this up, so we're just gonna go with it. So far, so good.
I have trouble with my chain flipping when connected as well. And yeah, and it's like I slowly went on the chain and it was like, what the heck? And it looks like here is where it got flipped because it looks different right here.
Hmm.
So So I started my Babylonica top, but I'm gonna have to pull it out, I think. I don't think I can live with that. I think it's really, I think when I wear it, that is gonna bug me. Like I'm that sensitive to
Oh
things.
no, that's gonna bother you. It wouldn't bother me, but that's gonna bother you.
I'm that sensitive
Fingering
to
is small.
things being off. Like if store bought clothes are off, I have a thing. Yes, fingering weight is smaller than two weight.
Yes, I figured Mindy would know. Oh, and Mindy, what was that stitch you said you did in blanket yarn? Was it lotus? No, it was something else. Iris?
Yeah, she did a tutorial that was, I think it was an iris stitch. With
Yeah, in blanket yarn, which is why I
yeah,
want to check it out.
yeah. For me, I would pull it out and try again, but I'm also a perfectionist. It doesn't look too well. It's gonna bother me anytime you question. It means you won't be. That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
I agree, Linda. I absolutely agree with that.
But it looks good. I mean, it's gonna look pretty if I can. This is gonna be an exercise in patience for me.
Yeah. Well, yes, that's the thing with the little yarn, right?
I
Everything
guess.
everything takes longer.
I mean, is that true?
Well, yeah, because each stitch is so much smaller. Well, go back. Yeah, go back to the beginning and let's see if we can help you.
I don't think you're. It's simply the chain is twisted.
The chain is twisted. Okay. I know there's a trick where you like connect it somehow early on. Yes, the yarn is gorgeous, Camille. That's beautiful.
There was also like a small place in my yarn, and it's like did that? It was thin. It was like extra thin, and it's like oof. I hope that wasn't from my us dyeing the yarn. I hope that was just the yarn came that way. Can you make your yarn thinner in a spot from handling it with dyeing it?
I
I don't,
thought that was just a spinning thing.
is it?
Yeah, so it might have been how it was spun.
There's one really extra thin place in it. Uh,
Oh, by the way, this is Colorama Halo, and this is the colorway.
remember how we started the top?
The top for Wow, Wow Mary. Is that what she's talking about?
Yeah, um, I I did that. Like we just started crocheting it and then connected it. I did that, and it still was twisted. No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I thought about doing it, is what it was. Well, but yeah, I feel like, 8 months ago when I tried to work with DK for the first time, that's what this feels like for me.
That's frustrating.
Yeah. But I know if I just keep at it, I'll be able to do it. Because it's how I ended up being okay with the DK weight, right? Like I just had to
Right.
keep at it.
You just keep at it. Yeah.
Hmm. The yarn I got from you had thin spots too. I think it's just the yarn. Does all hand dyed yarn do that?
Have little spots?
Yeah.
Yes. I think because you're using spun yarn, right? You're not using yarn that's running through a manufacturer. Your blanks are coming from a spinner, right?
I don't know. My blank said made in China.
Hmm. Well, I don't know.
So should I try to do it like Mary started the top, or should I sit here and struggle through a foundation double crochet?
I think this is right. Yeah, I missed all these stitches. Okay. Well, yeah.
And then there was another thing about this pattern is it said 126 chains for my size. And then it said, or you can alternatively do a foundation double crochet 126 chains. That's not right, is it?
Wait, what was the first part of that instruction? Not the 126.
126 chains.
That's weird.
Or you can alternatively do a foundation double crochet with 126 chains.
Well, do they do 126 chains and then they add some things?
No, it doesn't say. It doesn't say that. So it's like, is that just like a mistake in her pattern?
Maybe.
Um,
Because how many stitches are you supposed to have?
126.
Then, yeah, I bet it's 126 chains and then you're supposed to add some chains or something.
See, that's what I thought. I'm on the struggle bus.
Okay, we're giving up on this.
You might be on the struggle bus too.
Yes, it went better earlier today.
Did it?
But it still didn't work right, so it's fine. I'm going to wind this around.
Blanket is about.
And then we're going to do the tube and we're going to make an octopus is what we're going to do. With rainbow yarn, okay? We're going to make an octopus, a rainbow yarn octopus in the tube setting. It's Andy Crafty Witch's pattern. We're just...
you're going to move on since the panel's not quite doing
it's
what
still
you
not
want.
working right. I tried what Armchair Chef said to do, which was change up the yarn again, try something different. And she said she watched somebody that the Colorama Halo worked really well. And that part was working really well, but I mucked up the waste yarn and then I couldn't get the Halo to cooperate. But that was because I messed up this yarn. I'll cake that up on a hand winder later. Okay. So let's see. Should we use this rainbow yarn? What do you think?
I mean, I like that.
It's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, and I got to get to the white pen because I'm going to switch it to tube setting. Tube setting. All right.
Oh, no.
After. What?
Margaret says no, because once you join it, if you chain 2 to count as your first stitch, it isn't part of the beginning chain. Does that make sense? Yes. Yeah, that does make sense. So there isn't a mistake. I just had a brain fart. Okay.
So you do the 126 and then chain 2 more?
You do 126 join, and then...
Oh, that does make sense.
It does make sense.
You're joining, that's yes. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she doesn't chain 2. She does a foundation.
All right.
Yeah.
So now we're on the tube setting, and I can handle this. All right. I'm going to cast on again. And then once I'm done with the cast on, I will reset my counter because the nice thing is...
Moandy picking.
Okay, now I get it because I forgot the joint. Sorry.
All right. I'm trying to decide what to do, if I should try the foundation or not. Yeah, she does a standing single instead of chaining two and counts it as the first stitch. So
Okay.
yeah, he's about to make that chicken, Margaret. We bought the stuff for it a few days ago.
Okay.
I'm trying to
We're
find
just gonna fly along.
applicant recipe. There's a lot of like uh, food bloggers.
Like authentic
Yeah,
African recipe.
right.
The chain just ends up looking funny to me, and I guess it's just because it's fingering weight. Like the back bumps don't end up looking exactly like back bumps.
Right, they're harder to
So then
see.
I start getting confused. And I think that's what caused me to get even extra confused when I went to join the beginning chain. I'm going to have to do foundation double crochet and just go slow.
Yeah, just go slow. Just popping out of there.
Camille doesn't do slow very good. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast.
That's why little yarn is
Uh,
more challenging.
yeah, I'm determined, but
Once you get into the pattern, though, you won't have any issue like that. Like you'll be able to go the normal pace you go.
uh,
But foundation, the beginning's always more fiddly and more challenging, right?
well, foundation. I mean, I do still like it. However, oof.
What
Oof.
size hook are you using?
5.
5 millimeter?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah. Do you want me to mute myself? Uh-uh. You want me to mute myself? Okay, hang on.
Okay. So we're just gonna cruise along. I should have left a longer tail there. Definitely missed some stitches there. Ooh. Well, let's start this one over too. You have to put the yarn in the middle. Yeah, I missed some stitches because I wasn't being careful. All right. Undo this again. What do you get to see Lori do on the Sentro? Undo, undo, undo. Try again, try again, try again. Luckily, I don't mind trying again and again. What the heck? Yarn split in a way that it's just not letting it go there. Ooh, that's a yucky part.
The umbrella broke.
It did, seriously, because of the wind?
It's not windy.
Oh. That stinks. Her umbrella just broke too. That stinks, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Where did it break?
Snapped at the
At
table.
that same place.
So I'm wondering if we need a different option.
Yeah.
I'm very annoyed.
Well, yeah, because it's not like that was cheap.
I like to take my time when I crochet. I like to take my time too, but I also don't like to feel like I'm. I guess I don't like feeling like I'm a beginner again. And that's what it feels like when I'm working with this yarn right now.
What about, hi, Dorothy. I didn't see you come in. I'm glad Margaret said something. There you are. Hi, Dorothy. Andy's still here. Yes. Annie, Crafty Witch, can you tell me, was it 40 rows you decided was best? Okay. I'm starting again in case you didn't figure that out. Because it's dropped some stitches and I needed to fix it. Right. Wrong side. It's a longer tail anyway. Okay. And there we go again. 2. I know people make dolls and stuff on the 22 pin.
Also, like, why do I have so much trouble going under just the 2? And I mean, your trick of holding it like that helps a little bit, but it also kind of like makes it wonky looking. Um, I don't know.
Well, some of it is a 5mm hook with fingering weight yarn is kind of disproportionate to me. I think that's some of the challenge too. Like
But I
that's
mean,
a big hook for little yarn.
I had to go to a 5 hook to make her gauge.
Right. I see. Because you crochet tight, or does that mean you crochet loose? No, that means you crochet tight, right?
Uh-huh. She was using a 4 though. I mean, had to go up 2, which seems to like this is like the 3rd time I think I've tried to do gauge with a pattern, and it seems like a common theme that I have to go up 2 hook sizes. Because I had to go up 2 hook sizes with Mary's top. And then I did something else and tried to make gauge on a project that I never did. I had to go up 2 hook sizes to make gauge. So I guess I crochet that tight.
Yeah, it must be.
But remember when we were doing that one thing, it was like mine came out normal. So I guess it just depends on the pattern, the person. That's like in comparison to Mary and Shandy, I crochet 2 hook sizes tighter.
Right.
But then that one girl that we did, I was right on gauge.
Right.
So she must crochet tight in comparison.
To the others, yeah.
Or maybe Shandy and Mary crochet loose. I don't know. It confuses me a little bit. You know, I hate to say, oh, it's this or that, because I don't know.
Right. It's hard to know what the actual issue, I guess, is the word, or challenge is. But I mean, yeah, with clothing, you do have to do gauge more often.
Hey, Trish.
Hey, Trish.
Who knew that?
5 millionth time is a charm, right?
Yeah. A 1 year and 1 day later, I hit 2K.
Yay!
Thank y'all. Thank you, everyone.
That's exciting. I saw that it was showing 2.99, so I knew you were really close. That's great.
Hit 2K. It's awesome. I remember thinking, oh, it's probably going to take me a year to get 500. I remember thinking that when I started.
Well, that's certainly more typical.
So
You're way ahead of schedule. Like,
I feel
Ladybird said.
accomplished because I only planned on 500.
Yeah. Like Ladybird Lisa Hadija, I think that's how you say it. I think I've listened to her say it a few times. I still am not confident.
Oh, I
Um,
I like
messed.
that name.
I messed that name way up, didn't I?
Do you know who Khadija is? Like where it comes from? It's Muhammad's wife.
Oh.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's been, I think she said she's at 3 years and she's not at 2,000 yet.
I think it just depends. Like, you can't really, I feel like you can't really compare yourself
Oh, heck no.
because it just, everybody's got a different spin. Even if you got a crochet channels comparison,
Right, you
everybody's
can't.
got a different spin on it, right? So, a goal for myself, I'd like to be at 4K by another year. Because I feel like if I can get 2K, surely I can get 4K. I don't know.
I don't know how hard that is. I have no idea.
I don't know. I mean, I worked it. I can tell you that. I've been working it.
Well,
Y'all,
and that's ultimately what it takes.
y'all see. So that's cool. Congratulations. Thank you.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
When I'm famous, I think it'd be a long time before that happens. Presley. I'm not exactly after that. It seems like people that get famous are not exactly happy. So I don't think I want that. Famous. I ain't gonna get famous if I can't figure out how to do a foundation double crochet chain with fingering weight.
Well, that being able to be diverse is helpful, but but it's not. It's not an absolute.
Well, see, you're not really having any problems with that.
No, because this is the third shot at it, but I had some chains that dropped in the green on the first run around, and then I just messed it up on the second one, but really quickly, like in the first row. So, I'm finding that the key is I have to hold it and not use this. Oh my. But yes, the tube setting is easy peasy. You can see it. I have to go at a certain rate for it to not get totally pissy.
Isn't what a throwaway skill?
Let's try this. Nope.
I don't know what that means.
Doesn't go slow very well either. Okay, I feel like. Oh, yeah, that's my fault. Isn't that a throwaway skill? Throwaway skill. What does that mean? What does that term mean? Throwaway skill. Try that.
Foundation chain double crochet.
A throwaway skill. What do you mean by that, though? What does that term mean? I think I look at it as a shortcut more than anything. Oh, one of my hairs is in there. How nice.
Meaning you don't need it. Well, I seem to need it right now.
Yeah, to keep it straight. That's what I've found to keep my round things in the round straight. Bless you, babe. I don't know.
Oh, so I can be famous without it. maybe,
Oh.
maybe I'll be famous for not being able to do it. Which I can do it. Like if I'm ever famous, I could just get somebody to do it for me.
Get Ryan to be your finisher or starter, like
Right, to be my
Bag a Day.
my mind went not in a
Oh, that's so pretty, though. Look.
oh yeah, I like that.
It's gonna be cute.
You're gonna make an octopus, you say?
Yeah, because Andy, Crafty Witch, showed me how.
Oh
so
yeah.
I need to do it. Yeah. So tube setting, I love this thing. Panel setting is still frustrating. Still haven't figured it out. Someday. That's my skill I need to maybe never master. And I can still get famous. Haha. Not famous. Infamous, maybe. No, just kidding. I do have some infamous relatives, but no. Not famous.
It's the going back under the two and just picking up the two that I had trouble with. And I'm assuming it's because I crochet tight. I don't know.
It's got to be.
Because you have no problem doing it then, I guess.
The foundation, very rarely.
You just go right through. And you're just picking up under the two.
The two, yeah. But I pinch it. I pinch the two.
I can pinch it too, and I still have a struggle getting under just the two. It tries to pick up that.
But I can't imagine trying to put a 5 millimeter through fingering weight yarn. I don't know what that's like. Because I've not done that big a hook and that small a yarn combo. So I don't know if I would have trouble with it or not. Well, I might, very well.
Now you're making me question, like, did I mess up and not quite do gauge right? And I just thought I did.
No, I'm sure you did your gauge right. I just know that would make it difficult for me. It would make, because that's not something I've ever done that far apart. But no, you got to go off what your gauge swatch told you. And if that's something that's consistently been there, where you've had two times where you've got downsized 2 hook sizes, or upsized 2 hook sizes, then that's probably right. I would assume your gauge is your choice is correct. I just think that is what is contributing to the challenge.
Mm,
Oh, this is so pretty. Look at this beautiful yarn.
I like that.
Hopefully this big twist, I'm sure it will be at what Hirschner's has the value, right? What colorway is this? Rainbow Wish. It's gorgeous. All right.
Hello, Linda. Linda. Oh my goodness, Linda Tomlin creates.
Hi there. I don't know if I've seen you before. Have I seen you before, Linda? But at least it's a Linda T and not another Linda S, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to get to 40 and then I'm going to have to review some things. Man, if you could knit this fast in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's 40. So I believe that's what I'm supposed to do, right, Andy? 40. And then I'm going to watch her video real quick. So I'll be. But look at the beautifulness. It's so pretty. So I've been okay. So you kind of seemed familiar, but it just didn't quite register, Linda. Sorry. Yes, Mindy. This is a good yarn. And then Camille's yarn is Camille's hand dyed yarn. So it's a whole different kind of pretty. It's not in your face like this is an in your face rainbow.
It's pretty fiddly.
But that's again, I think that's the combination. And is that a hook you're used to using?
A 5?
That particular 5.
Well, it's a clover, so yeah.
Okay, so at least that part's regular. Yes, this part that you're doing right now is the trickiest part. It really is.
Am I doing something wrong?
No, I'm watching you. I'm watching you instead of watching what I. Oh, Stacy. Oh, hi, Create Maria. Stacy. Yes. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, Stacy. I ran playlists for about 36 hours, I think, for you the other day. She needs to before you go, Stacy, type hooks 247. Hoping to get my knitted secret part. Oh, nice. But yeah, Stacy and Dorothy, if you actually put content up, you can do that too. Hooks HOOKS 247, and that'll drop your channel, Stacy. For anybody that doesn't know you, Create and Relate is who I'm talking to. All right, so I think I need to look at the thing Andy did for me.
Marty at Floss and Crochet wants to buy my secret project.
You're the beaded hummingbird is freaking
It's
amazing.
gorgeous.
But yeah, Stacy, here I'll show you. It's gonna drop my channel. And I was typing your channel name. Create, and then I was gonna type create your happy. That is not mine. This is what you want to type. That's what you want to type. Hooks 247. See how my friend likes furl wood hooks. Oh. If you got the wood ones, I freaking love the wood 9mm specifically. That's the one I have. I don't have a 10mm. The wood furls with blanket yarn is fantastic. So yeah, go ahead and so yeah, Mindy, I think that's a great gift. And yeah, Stacy, go ahead and type what I typed. You should be able to drop it right now if you want, and whoever wants to, but I know she was headed off to bed, so hopefully. Hopefully she'll get it. If not, I'll have to drop her in the. I have a hard time getting her to like tag for it to do. Okay, you're still here. Good, Stacy. Yeah, if you haven't checked her out. So she has some coloring she does. She has crocheting she does a lot of different things on her channel. Some more of the paper crafts stuff. And I love, here, I'll show you the one I have. Now, I think mine is bamboo, but it's very light, so it could actually be teak. This is my, oh, I totally jacked up my camera. Sorry about that. This is my 9mm furls. I love it. It goes through underneath that blanket yarn so nice, and that neck is so nice, and it's so lightweight. Oh, I love it. There you go, Stacy. Now you can go rest. Everybody can subscribe if they want. You can't tag her either. Okay, so what is that? So what I've been doing when I remember to do it is I go in and I do share channel and copy the full website link, and then I put her in that way. But yeah, I don't know what that is. That's good to know that I'm not the only one having that struggle. Crafty, Peppa Pig. Yes, she has so many cute things. You've got to check her out. Anyway, now I need to focus and look at the pattern from Andy and try to remember what to do. Because, you know. Can you hear the wind outside?
I can't.
No, it's much quieter, and my computer's faced a different direction, so I was just curious. Okay. I need to go look. Oh, hi, Ginger Cat Lady. I don't remember what your first name is. She's a fellow retired teacher, but she taught elementary school, primary school. She has really cool stuff. She has a playlist I want to watch. It's about upcycling stuff. So, like salvaging stuff to not throw it out. So, if you want to drop your channel, oh, you can't even go live through. Okay, create and relate. We'll have to have a chat. I'm gonna think about that, Stacy, and see. I'll mess around and see if I can find a setting. But Ginger Cat Lady, if you want, you can. That is exactly how I procrastinate as well. You can type. It's Pam. Okay, you can type hooks 247 no space. Hooks 247, and that'll drop your channel if you guys are interested in in other types of crafts. You do I don't recall if you crochet or not, but the stuff I was watching was like upcycling, recycling, junk journals, that kind of stuff, and how you can make your stuff look old. And yeah, Stacy, I will really think about if it's not letting you go live, like I'll play around in YouTube Studio and figure out what settings you might need to do, and then I'll send you an email. Yes, she has the upcycling stuff, the repurposing things. She has a whole playlist I'm going to start watching but I'm going to actually like watch that because that's my thing. I have a live tomorrow in the middle of the day with Critters Crochet. And one of the things I'm going to talk about is things I've upcycled or repurposed to use with yarn that isn't necessarily yarn related, but it's instead of putting it in even recycling, because a lot of recycling just ends up in the what do you call that, landfill anyway. So if we can repurpose it, here I'll show you one. I've got one sitting here. Oh, this one hasn't done that yet, but what I do is I'll cut off the bottom here. And then I'll wash it out again, and then you can put your yarn in there and then pull your yarn through here, and then it's like a yarn container. I've got one here that's already done, and I melt the edges, and then my big fat yarn I can pull through the bottom there, and it's just contained in there. So that's an example of how I like to repurpose, and I know Chuck does too. Chuck likes to repurpose things too. So this is one that's waiting to be adjusted. These work really well for skeins, and I haven't cut off the bottom here yet. But same thing. That way you can pull through instead of buying one of those plastic containers that in essence does the same thing. Take the tube off and weave both ends together and fold them in. Okay, so I've hit 40 rows. So you're saying I need to go ahead and take the tube off, which is you undo this and put this in the middle, right? This is what I do. And then oh yeah, paper crafting. That's what I thought. Yes, I saw that you're fairly close to 500. Yeah. So hooks, HOOKS 247. Go ahead and type that, no space, and it'll drop your channel. So I take it off. This is how I take it off, right? I just don't have the yarn in there. Now this little machine. I mean, the tubes are great, as you can see. That worked up very fast. But still not convinced on the panel thing. But we'll see. Okay. All right. So you said turn it inside out. So this has some interesting little flaws there. Do you see that? In color, not in the stitching. Look how pretty that is. All right. So I'm going to pull. Am I turning it inside out, Andy? I already don't remember. Did you drop your channel? Yeah. So. Yes, she does. Scroll back a little bit. 455. And yeah, Create and Relate does a whole set of paper craft, different types of paper crafts too. So Ginger Cat Lady, yeah, you just type 2 for hooks 247. 247, not 246. 247. There we go. There we go. There's Create and Relates, and you can do that same thing to your cat lady if you haven't yet. But you must have, if Chuck is saying Chuck is long, cool woman. If Chuck is saying, so I pull, right? I pull this down to cinch it. I'm trying to do everything I can remember from what Andy said. But I don't remember. Oh, that's just pulling out. That is not what I wanted to do. What did I need to do? I just lost a bunch of stitches. Okay. Well, poop. What was I supposed to do? I was supposed to do something different. I lost all the green. All right. Okay. So I forgot to do something. So yeah, Hooks247, go ahead and drop your channel, Ginger Cat. So I'm gonna have to pull the green off. Or we're gonna start again because it didn't take that long. Because that's what I like to do. I like to start over and over and over again. I knew I did something wrong in taking that off. There was a step I was supposed to do and I didn't do it. So I need to look at cast off before I pull it off, but you get to watch me go around and around again. So much fun. Watch Lori make mistakes is pretty much what it is every time I do the Sentro. It's all right. I just have to watch a cast off video, I think, and then I'll be okay. So how's that going over there?
I mean, it's going.
So slowing down was all you needed to do?
Yeah, I guess.
I have a feeling, like I said, once you get the first row, like once that's done and you're joined, I don't think you're going to have the same struggles. I think it's going to go smooth like it would any other size yarn. So much fun.
Yeah, it did go faster once I started stitching it.
Yeah.
What I had showed y'all was two rows done.
Yeah. Yeah, I really think it's just that whether you're going into a chain or you're doing a foundation chain, it's always slow. And again, you're using a different weight yarn than you typically use.
But I'm telling you that even if I do a foundation double crochet with a 4-weight or a 5-weight, I still have trouble going under that 2 part of the chain, even using your tip where I hold it. I have trouble going under just the 2. My hook wants to go under the 3.
Right.
I don't know if it's the way I'm holding it. It puts them all together and I have to struggle to get through just the 2 of them. Or under,
right. And
under
it's got to be a tightness thing because I had to learn that, but because a lot of times I was only going under 1 when I was first learning that.
Because see, they're just like, it's nestled right under there.
Right. And you have to find that other, like, quote unquote, loop to not go under. I understand.
So I don't know if it's like how I'm holding this yarn that's making it, because I don't feel like that's like extra tight.
No, it doesn't look extra tight. I'm looking at that, especially the base where you're going through right now, that does not, your chain, quote unquote, does not look tight. So I don't know.
But then when I try to go back through there that is like nestled right underneath there. And
Do you need to use, sorry about the noise, a bigger hook on the, my windows are open, that's the problem. He's got one of those mini motorbikes or whatever. Okay, trying again. And I won't mess it up this time. I will make sure I watch a cast off video before I cast off, because that's what the mistake was. Okay.
I can't do what you're doing, but I can do back stitch.
I don't know what that is.
Try loosening up my stitch. With this, maybe? Should I loosen it with it?
There you go. Reuse.
Will that make it? I guarantee you, if I try to use this, I'd still have trouble going through that freaking.
Oh, you absolutely would. You would benefit from a pointier tip than your clover has. Not that it's too, but see, look how much pointier that is. That might help you too. That's not bad though. That's not like that cherry swirl hook.
The clover's about as pointy as I have.
Yeah, that is pretty decently pointy. It's just not like a crazy point. Like that's like a point.
I think I'm just awkward with it. Maybe I'm not practiced enough with it yet. With a foundation double.
Maybe that's it. Yeah, use that. Chuck says use the big hook. Oh, the back bump. Yeah, the back bump, Dorothy. Okay, yeah. The back bump, it can be.
I don't have near as trouble going in a back bump as I do doing the foundation. And again, I like the foundation crochet, double crochet. I think it looks nice. I really like the way it looks.
Cleaner. Yeah.
But it's not because it's this fingering weight in my hook size. I have trouble with a 5.5 hook in a 4-weight, or a 6 hook in a 4-weight, or a 6.5 hook in a 4-weight, or a 7 hook and a 4-weight. It just doesn't want to go under that.
Right. Yeah, so the point here is yes, right? Like when it has a nice point. Yours isn't bad. I mean, this is a 9mm, so that's super pointy for a 9mm. Most of mine aren't that pointy, but making my chain with a normal hook and using a smaller hook to go into the chain. Yeah, I was actually thinking about suggesting that, Presley, that you, for your foundation row, use a bigger hook, and then that would jack up your gauge.
But see, that's not an issue. Chaining and then going isn't an issue.
Right. But it would mess up your gauge. But right.
When I do a chain and then do a double crochets into them, I don't have a problem. I have a problem with my chain twisting when I try to attach it to go in the round.
Right. Right. There is a trick to that. Like after you do 10 chains or something, you put the chain on there. I don't know. There's some little trick you can do.
Can I
I don't
lose?
remember what it is though. Because I'm so efficient with the foundation, I wouldn't do it any other way. If I can, as long as it doesn't have darn skipped chains in the beginning. Hey, obsessed, how are you doing?
I think it's just a practice thing. I think.
Yes, I agree. Based on, like I said, for me, my problem was a little bit different than the problem you're having when I was learning it or when I was initially doing it. I was only going under one loop. And so it looked really twisted on the bottom of it instead of looking like a chain. It was super twisted. I mean, it still looked kind of cool, but it wasn't great. Is it, again, is it obsessed or horror? And yeah, obsessed will appreciate this little story. I had a very, very quiet student. The most polite student I ever had. Like, honestly, he stands out as being the most polite student I ever had. And that's a lot of years of seeing a lot of different kids and a lot of really great kids. Anyway, he, after high school, he went and he was working on being a professional wrestler. And he was what do you call him? A heel? A bad guy? I think it's a heel. I think that's the right term. And I thought that was so funny because his persona as a wrestler was like completely different than his personality. But like for real. Anyway, Obsessed has really cool wrestling collections. So that's why I mentioned it tonight with him. All right. So yeah, I don't know. Practice, 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 I guess. And your count needs to be 126. Where are you at?
Past 50.
That's 50. Okay.
That's
A
what
heel. Okay. Thank you.
That's what I was marking earlier was my 50.
50. Perfect. Yeah, that's not an excessive number of stitch markers then. On that animal blanket, I have had to do 10. Okay, let's do this again. No, not there. Okay, under that. Behind that. Under that. Behind that. Under. Okay, and I'm not going to mess up my cast off this time. Cast on is rarely a problem. It was the cast off. Okay. And here. It's so jinkety sometimes. That's the difference. Again, the Addy has, I believe, metal pins. So the Sentro is significantly less expensive, but again, you're getting what you pay for. All right, we're cruising. For those of you who don't know, this is a Sentro. This is a 48 pin knitting machine. It's Again, the Sentros have the plastic pins, like everything here is plastic. If you get Addi, A-D-D-I, I believe they are metal pins. And so they're a little better with different kinds of yarns. I am loving this Big Twist Value yarn. What do they call it? Bright Rainbow? No, Rainbow Wish. Rainbow Wish is this color. And this would be considered self-striping, not variegated, right? Is that right? I don't know what the difference is. Do you know?
I would call that striping.
Striping.
And not variegated.
Okay. Yes. Okay. That's how I interpreted it too, but I wasn't positive.
I would call this variegated.
Yes, I agree. Okay. We're cruising right along. But like I said, I need to watch a cast off video when I get done with this. 40 rows again. Did something weird on the last stitch.
Makes me want to crochet.
Because I went too fast.
Striping and variegated. The striping makes stripes,
Yes.
and the variegated is just kind of a modeling of colors.
Yeah, just kind of short sections of different colors, and whereas this is making stripes.
I like it.
I know. I love this colorway. I'm loving it. Oh, see that I did. I dropped a stitch. We get to undo it again. All right. Like I said, what is it with the Sentro? Watch Lori make mistakes. It's all right.
Are you having fun?
Yes, and I'm enjoying watching how beautiful this color is. Up there, hopefully it doesn't catch on anything. I know. I would ask you if you're having fun, but I'm pretty sure the answer is not exactly.
I'm not having fun.
There you go.
But I'm not having as much fun as when I'm stitching on a blanket.
Yeah, yes.
I think I will have fun later, I hope. Because I have a fit. I mean, Deb kind of encouraged me, like she doesn't think it's as bad because she's got the same pattern as for this top. She said she doesn't think it's as bad as maybe it looks, and that she thinks it should be okay for me. But like right out of the gate, like ugh.
Right. Well, I think once you get this foundation done and then you don't have that twist anymore, because it's much easier to not twist it, then you'll be happier with it, and then I think you'll fly on it. Me, I had this done, but I forgot a step of the cast off, and everything was just falling apart. So that's my bad.
Is it something I'm doing here? Like maybe this needs to be. But I hate to at this point try to go looser because.
Right. No, because then it's going to be messed up. You got to be consistent.
I want it to be consistent, so I just keep struggling through.
Yeah, just take your time and you'll get there.
I'm at like 80 something, so.
More than halfway. About 3/4, give or take.
I didn't think I was going to stitch this on any kind of a live, but I figured sitting and doing a foundation would something that's going to be slow for me. It
would be fine. Yeah, because it's something you can concentrate on. Oh, good night, Margaret. Yeah, it's a couple hours later. Yes. It was nice to see you live today, Margaret. I'm glad you liked the yarn I sent you.
Oh no, Presley. Night, Margaret. Oh,
Oh no. Been there. Oh, that's painful.
I didn't notice anything wrong with your ripple. Like, it wasn't apparent, I guess is what I'm saying, because I looked at your ripple. Oh wait, I look at Ukulele Girl's ripple. Yeah, both doing. No, she's doing a chevron. Oh my gosh, I'm getting confused. It wasn't your blanket I looked at earlier. It was ukulele's.
If you learn nothing else from me, is that I will just keep trying until I figure it out.
You're welcome, Margaret. It was fun. It was a nice live.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna mute for a second.
Also, please tell me when you post, Margaret, because I do want that moon one that you told me I had first dibs on and I picked. I do want it still.
Okay. So, Margaret, I need to know. You said was it your neighbor or your friend wants to buy your secret project hummingbird? I assume
Marty wants to buy it.
Marty wants. Oh, right. From what's the channel? Flow some cat? No, flow some crochet.
Flossom Crochet.
Flossom. That's what it is. Well, I have lots of flaws in my crochet. That is a very
Like Flossom, like Blossom.
oh, not like flaw FLAW.
Right.
I think my channel could have been named Flossom FLAW some because I have some flaws. And I'm okay with that. But I wanted to ask Margaret, like I know you probably don't typically sell stuff. I wish I was more like you when I mess up. Or the choice. I tried. Okay, it's Presley. There have been times I have been angry and thrown stuff across the room, but this I figure I give myself grace because I'm still learning. And I mean, I have frogged entire blankets. I frogged an entire blanket that was completed this year and then had the new, better version done in a week later. It's just, I don't know. I think give yourself grace. Sometimes you do need to put it in timeout and say, okay, I'm coming back to this. Yes, that's exactly right.
Or you can break a few expensive things and you'll stop throwing things across the room. Ask me how I know.
That'll do it.
I'm going to hit the mute button here for just a second.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. Your dogs are possum. Yes, my cats are possum. Well, possumly ridiculous with their food, but it's hard, Presley. I think patience and giving myself grace and believing in being a lifelong learner and always wanting to learn and knowing that failure is part of the process of learning is part of what helped me love teaching, because if I can accept that I make mistakes, I can help my students accept that they make mistakes and that it's okay. They can keep trying and develop persistence. It's hard. I'm not even going to pretend that it's easy to be persistent and not give up on yourself. And I have that dang lavender whip that I have, the little lavender things for my daughter. That has been in timeout since last April. So yes, your cat is perfect. I love it. Yes, they're allowed to be perfect too. But perfect. My kitties are cute. I know you don't see Flynn very often unless I take a picture of a blanket I lay down. He absolutely must be in those photos because that is his rule. Is he in this room right now? No, he is not. So I'm going to set that back to 0. I'm going to go ahead and roll this, and I'm going to go a little slower this time, and I'm going to hold the yarn for these first few rows. See if I can get it to cooperate better. And then, like I said, I'm going to watch a cast off because I did something wrong in my cast off. And that was my bad. But yes, okay, I'll try to. I think Armchair Chef is at work. She was the one that suggested with the panels I switched yarns. It really was working better. But I just felt like I wanted to actually accomplish something tonight, so we're going to go with the Octopus. Hopefully I can finish by 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock my time, sorry, Mountain Time. Because I imagine Camille has to go at about 8:20, 8:15, and I'm fine with that because, sorry, 8:15 my time, 9:15 her time. And I won't be a crazy person and think, oh, I need to get to 2 hours, and it's actually I need to get to 3 hours because I don't need to do 3 hours. That's silly. That's so silly. I'm glad some of you enjoyed that history lesson. Oh, I'm glad it helps, Presley, because that's just that's truly how I think about things, and sometimes, like I said, sometimes you have to put a project in timeout because it's not right. It's not for right now. And then when you're ready, you go back to it and you give yourself grace if it's still tricky or tough. And then you go through it if you really want to do it. Sometimes it's time to say, nah, I'm going to frog this and I'm not doing that one again. But the knitting machine, I own this, so I need to learn how to use it. And the tubes are not bad. I made that hat, really cute hat. And in the process taught Helix, Lexi, to do it, and she sent me her little project she made on her 22 pin. Because the 22 pin, the little tiny one, you can make little amigurumis and different stuff on the 22 pins. This is going to be an amigurumi of sorts. I'm also super duper educated, but I was raised by a very emotionally aware, emotionally validating parents, both of them. They weren't married, even my stepmother, super validating. You can do anything you want to do. Just persist. And they really valued persistence and patience and giving yourself grace. And I think that's a big part of why that's part of who I am. I credit them both. And again, my parents divorced. I don't remember them being married. They got divorced when I was about, I'm going to say 18 months old, give or take. And they were amazing co-parents, and I had the ideal scenario. I absolutely adored my stepmother. My stepmother and my mother were best friends, very, very close friends. I don't know, maybe not best friends, maybe that's overstated, but they were very close friends, and I could not have asked for a better scenario because my parents were better friends than partners. But that's, I am happy to pass that along, and it is most of my teaching career. I always try to help my students make it about their learning, their intrinsic ability to understand. And I would explain it in many different ways. And then when they would get it, it was theirs. And it wasn't about because I was some kind of a spectacular teacher who lectured them till they got it. No, that's not how it works. It had to be their internal understanding and to give themselves grace because it's not always easy. I mean, and they would see me make mistakes sometimes in class and fallen asleep to a live, woke up to the same live. Some creators, yes. Oh gosh, days? I can't imagine. I can't imagine doing lives that long, Chuck. Oh my Lord, no thank you. My phone said that's what she said, so that's what my phone thinks about that. And I think I'm past the point where I can go ahead and put it in that and hold this. All right. So, I am just seriously, if nothing else, I'm just loving how beautiful this is. And this violet they chose is gorgeous. Hi, Kitty Pancakes. Where did I see you in a live the other day? Whose live were you in the other day? I don't remember. Yeah. Right. You understand, Pam. Like as a teacher, like that's your job for it to be about them and what they internalize and learn. It's not about you. It's about you helping them, but not you doing it for them or you learning it for them. Probably changed how I parented too. But yes, I think I don't always talk about my teaching. This week I seem to have brought it up a fair amount because I've been retired since 2020. I had a medical retirement because of chronic migraines. Still have them, but not nearly as bad as if I was trying to do that job still. I mean, you can imagine trying to teach a room full of high schoolers math, which most of them, are not electing to take math or having to take math because they have to. I did enjoy my last few years because I mostly had senior level classes, so most of them were choosing to take math classes. I taught AP statistics and college algebra, and a study hall with freshmen my very last year. And that was a whole adventure. A lot of really funny stories came out of that class because, again, I didn't have a structured thing I had to teach them, so. That's where I learned about TikTok and kids doing TikTok back in 2019. Ooh. So, good times. Okay, I'm almost. Look at how pretty this is. I just can't even get over it. It's so pretty. Grammar, yeah. Oh, diagramming sentences is super helpful. I agree with understanding grammar. Latin supposedly helps you with that too, but nobody teaches Latin anymore because nobody speaks Latin. All right. I'm still having a hard time gauging how much yarn is one row. I don't know. Okay, one more row. I must have done a longer tail this time. Okay, but I'm going to have to stop and hopefully Camille can chat. Okay, I'm at 39. I need another row. Why is it catching? There. Oh, boy. At least I'm not wearing pants that make me look like I'm wearing almost nothing this time. I learned my lesson. Pay attention to what pants I'm wearing. If they have flesh colored parts, then choose differently. Just kidding. It was funny. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The English language learners, yes. I think diagramming sentences would help them a lot to switch it to whatever, or to help them make the transition to the English grammar instead of whatever grammar they were coming from. Oh, she dropped. Oh, let me see if she sent me a text. She's gone. Let me see if she sent a text. No, she didn't send a text. So something else happened. Huh. All right. Well, look at the pretty yarn. It's all pretty knitted. This colorway again is called, it's Big Twist Value. It's called Rainbow Wish. Yeah, Rainbow Wish. And hopefully, I'm fairly confident that Hirschner's picked up almost all of the colorways from Big Twist Value. Has to be that specific one. And kind of, all right. I'm going to look at the chat again. Sorry, I was looking to see. Yeah, I wonder. Thank you for letting me know, Chuck. Because I looked up and she was there. Or, I mean, the picture was there. And then, you know. Okay. That's my phone. I'm going to have to figure out who to watch. Let's see. Learning sentence structure. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Latin joke above. Oh, I missed it. I have to go see the Latin joke. Oh, I'm just really very educated and very mathematically minded. Pam, it doesn't mean I'm smarter. I just was a math-minded person. Yes. Okay. So I'm going back and reading some chat here while I'm looking for this. So Ginger, the fluorescent lights. Sorry, Pam. My principal was unbelievably supportive. He was amazing. He literally changed out all my fluorescent light tubes to LED light tubes. Made a big difference, but it wasn't enough. So he changed them in my classroom. He changed them in the math office because we had a department of 10, 11, 10. We had 10 math teachers. And then we had, and then he changed them in the library because that was a shared space. So yeah, fluorescent lights were my initial trigger, big time. It was rough, but it helped. So sometimes panel guests are boring. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, fluorescent lights. Yeah. At Two Brute. That's funny. Yes, we all do. Well, I was about to say we all know what that means, but no, that is not. Well, actually, when I started teaching at the school I was at for the majority of my career, they actually offered Latin, German, Spanish, and French. They had 4 languages. And then when the Latin teacher retired, like there was nobody to take and the enrollment was going way down, as you can imagine. Even though if you know Latin, it can help you learn Spanish and French, right? Okay, bye, Andy. Thank you for your help. I just need to cast off correctly, and then I'll go look at what you've done to panel guest trying to. Oh, politely wait. Oh my gosh, that's so funny, Chuck. That is so funny. I ended up putting up string lights. Yep. 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 Yeah, it's fluorescent lights are terrible. Why are they in classrooms? They should not be. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. It's a Caesar reference, right? To brute. Go ahead and explain it, Chuck, because I'm not confident. Yeah. So it was during the big C when I actually had to retire. 1 week of teaching online did me in. I mean, I was already working on the paperwork. I was already working on the process to do my disability retirement because I was too young to actually retire because I wasn't 50 yet. I was almost 50, but I wasn't 50 yet. And so I was already getting that all aligned again through the support of my principal. He came in and he wrote things about the differences he saw me be great, and then like work down to really struggling to just get through a day or a week. I took French in school, but we used to speak English, but in German. So you use German grammar, but we're speaking English words. Am I understand that? YouTube, Brutus? Yes. Yep. Betrayal. Right. It's a betrayal reference. Thank you, Pam. I thought that's what it was, but I also didn't want to mess it up. Okay, so cast off because I'm at 41. That's fine that I have an extra one. It's not a precise little pattern. Julius Caesar. Oh, Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. Oh, okay. Yes. Okay. So it's his interpretation of the betrayal that happened too. Oh, Presley, no need to apologize. Again, this is not stuff that's taught to your generation at all. I mean, do you know how to write in cursive? Because that's another thing that's pretty much not taught anymore. Okay, let me see. Where is that? Anybody have suggestions on who I should watch for this cast off? I'm going to watch Andy for like how to put the octopus together, but I need to see the cast off because I did it wrong last time and then that messed everything up. It's all good. No drop stitches that I can see. I'm just kind of pulling it out to see. All right. No, you don't. Okay. Okay. I wasn't sure if you were a Sentro person or not. Okay. Who did I go to? I need Nick. Nick and Crafty are my Sentro people. expect him to say, right. There's this weird combination of here's my issue with people not learning cursive at all. Is that means like original documents. I'm going to use the Constitution as an example. They won't be able, let's say, even my kids won't be able to read original documents. Now that's fancy cursive. It's written, and I even have some challenge reading that particular type of cursive, but I think it's, I don't know. I mean, I both understand why they have too many other things, other skills to teach, but I think it has some unintended consequences by them not learning cursive. This is really my thinking. These are the ones that automatically drop are my mods here, and figure out cursive writing. Yeah, but you can't actually write. See, and that's to me more acceptable. Can you at least like sign your name, like signatures? Because signatures are a big deal, right? Even if you don't write checks, and it takes me a while to, yes, it'll slow you down, for sure. Okay, let me see. See if I can find this. I'm gonna have to silence my phone. Well, silence the volume on my phone. Oh, Mishi. All right. Looks like Obsessed is going live here shortly. Let me find. Keep watching here. Yeah, she's not back. I'm not sure what happened. Okay. Cast off. Okay. Okay, let's watch this. I have to watch it in quiet. One. Somebody named Gifts. GIFTS HQ is who I'm watching. So let's see. Okay. This is cast on. I don't want cast on. Okay. Trying to get to the cast off. All right. Okay, we're back at the white needle. Okay, watching the cast off process here. Yes, I agree with that, Chuck. Yeah, that's absolutely correct, Pam. Forgery. Okay. Okay. I thought that's what I did. So I need a darning needle. That's the step I missed. Okay. So I'm watching this closely, sorry. Okay, I'm just watching, sorry. That is hilarious, the seasoned hoe. Okay, watch her again. So I'm watching this. Sorry, I'm so sorry. And yes, I thought I had ADHD, but I don't actually. It's something different. My brain waves are just different. Something less normal than that. Okay. So let's give this a shot. So I think what I need to do, yeah. I want to know who this vlogger is because I think we all need a little bit of seasoned hoe. I think that sounds great. Let me find I need a darning needle. Oh, and I discovered today that I did not include, sorry, you probably can barely hear me. I did not include something in everyone's packages that I intended to include, but such is life. Okay, where is a darning needle? Where are you? Where are my notions bags? All right. I will be back over there in a moment, and I'll show you what I have to do. Oh, that one's too tiny. I'll use this one. All right. Got a darning needle. And then I need to cut along, and if I remember right, Andy said a really, really super long tail. So I'm going to cut really, Andy being Crafty Witch 232. Most of her makes are in the horror genre, but not all of them. Okay, that looks, wait, I think a way to measure this, I just had a memory of one of the tutorials I watched. You want it to go around up to twice. Okay. So I'm gonna just cut our yarn over here. All right. And then what I have to do is I have to kind of do what I did, but I'm gonna have another step. Oh, embroidery floss. So what are you using? So did the hormones, were you trying to figure out if it was hormonal and then they evaluated you and then that's how they figured out? Or how did they figure out? I'm going to go slow here. Because I want them to, oh, see? That came looser than I wanted it. God dang it. Okay. So I'm going to do it as it's coming off instead of how she did it. All right. So we're going to do it a different way. Because I can already tell I'm going to have a problem. Oh my gosh, Presley, what am I trying to ask you? What size hook were you using? That is what I'm trying to ask. For your bracelet with embroidery floss. And were you using all the strands or were you separating the strands? So I'm going to do this a little bit at a time is what I'm going to do. I said that. Yeah, thing I was right. It was so great. And everything that was, oh, okay. And then they were able to put it together. Okay. Yeah, Camille just recently got diagnosed as well. I was expecting that I was going to be diagnosed, but no, it was not that. So this is probably going to be painful to watch. Boring? I don't know. Let me know if it's too boring. So what I'm doing is it needs to release the stitch and then go through. All right. So this way I'm catching all the stitches instead of what I did last time. This is the step I forgot. I also don't think, especially because if you're middle-aged at this point in your life, no hook. Oh, little knot's cool. That's cool. All right. People that are middle-aged, they didn't even know ADHD existed. For the most part, I think until maybe, I feel like it started being, there was more awareness maybe about the time I was in high school, so in the 80s sometime, but it often shows so differently in women that it's almost always missed, especially in school. Now it's better, but only a little bit. And it was always so interesting to see how ADHD impacts people in such different ways. Like some people are barely, you're like, wait, what? And then other people, it's super obvious. And then other people, it's impacting them in ways they don't realize. And so they don't ever get any help because, the diagnosis is, for a long time, I think it carried a stigma. Oh, that's interesting. So having another person there, maybe it's a subconscious accountability. Now, can you hear the wind in my window? Oh, now it stopped. Can you hear that? I'm almost the opposite. If I'm too social, if I'm around people, I don't. Actually, yeah, that's so interesting. I find that very intriguing. All right. All right. Now I need to go find a thing from Andy. I mean, I'm not done with this yet, but. can't quite get that one. I need to go a little further. Oh, interesting. Right? Exactly. And if you did, Chuck, talk about any of those things you listed, DV, abuse, mental illness, somehow you were in the wrong or there was stigma. Yeah, the wind is getting a little crazy now. Very gusty. Pretty. It's a beautiful sound, though. Body doubling. That's so interesting. That one's not something I've heard of before. Now, PTSD, they certainly weren't aware of. And what's fascinating about PTSD is it can come from all sorts of different things. Car accidents, in particular, people can have some pretty severe PTSD, and they don't realize that they need to work through that. So you have a lot of social anxiety, Presley? Is that why you're homeschooled, correct? Am I remembering that right? Is that part of why? And I am so the opposite. Give me all the people. I'm very extroverted and very much like my father. He's even more of an extrovert than I am, like way more, which is crazy. Oops, I kind of went through. Hold on. Oh, kind of went through the thread, through the yarn. So I can undo that. Yes. Oh no. Lost the stitch there though. Gosh darn it. I'm going to kind of manipulate this. I don't know if that's going to pull right, but let's see. I can put it on the bottom of the octopus. It's fine. So I went through the yarn again. This yellow is a little splittier than the rest. It's weird how it can be the same yarn and it's like that. Oh, so it's the anxiety. Yeah, oh yeah. There was a period of time where I had so much anxiety driving. I got to the point where, first of all, I couldn't hardly drive more than 5 minutes from the house. And then I was getting even severe anxiety in the car with somebody else driving, and I 100% trust my husband as driving. So, yeah. But I went to something called neurofeedback, and my youngest stepdaughter and my husband's youngest daughter has ADHD, and she goes to neurofeedback for ADHD. It completely fixed my migraines. Nope, let's try that again. My anxiety. It helps with migraines, but not as much as all the different medication stuff. Can't take a daily meds. I'm on Botox and an infusion med called Vyepti. But anyway, I mentioned neurofeedback because like within a month, I was like all that anxiety. It retrains your brain waves. And for my stepdaughter who has ADHD, they actually did clinical research and found that neurofeedback is a really good way to help people with that. She still has, I don't know if ADHD and social anxiety is hand in hand, but man, that's one of her biggest struggles still, regardless of the neurofeedback. The neurofeedback has helped her be more successful in school. And like with me, it's helped me with migraines a little bit. It's helped me with insomnia a little bit, but it completely retrained my brain waves about the anxiety. I very rarely, I get stressed a lot, but I very rarely have anxiety anymore like I did before neurofeedback. So anyway, I don't know if that's something that's available to you or if you're even interested, but it helped me. It's not to say that it would help everyone. I'm just very blessed. It's something that my husband's health insurance pays for. So neurofeedback is interesting. It's like I said, it's retrains your brainwaves somehow. Younger, yes. My son was always good at public speaking. Now he drives a truck. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. What did you see? What did you see, Linda? Is that what? Well, yes. I think being a teenager induces anxiety, to be honest. Social anxiety specifically. And kids can be kind of mean. And I mean all kids. Like, it doesn't mean all kids are mean. I'm just saying, as a general statement, kids can be mean. Sorry if this is painfully boring. I haven't seen Camille try to pop back in again. Neurofeedback. Both have ADHD. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Oh, so she cracks away. Yeah. Well, I had a minor in special ed and I taught a bunch of the co-taught classes. So for me, like, I was the one that diagnosed, quote unquote diagnosed. I did not actually diagnose. I said, hey, youngest stepdaughter has ADHD. She needs to get evaluated. And lo and behold, I was right. You have enough experience in the classroom, you recognize it. And she's doing great. Between neurofeedback and a non-stimulant medication they have now, which is great, that they have options instead of just let's give them Adderall. But she's doing great. I'm very happy with how much help she's got. And then I also kind of technically, we always have several different. Is there ever a time it's just one conversation? I technically diagnosed Camille too. I told her, hey, here's the signs. Here's all the things you've said and done that make me think that you probably have ADHD. And I wasn't wrong. I need to check something on this video. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Presley, that's. And then there are some ways. Again, neurofeedback is not always an option depending on where you live. It may or may not be available. It may or may not be available in terms of oh, shoot. Let me do this real quick. All right. I got to figure out the next step. Do I go through this one that I went through first? I don't remember. So I have to. Okay. Let's go watch this video. need to see the last step. Okay, and you saw that I went back through and down. Okay. I didn't necessarily detach it. Let's see. But it is detaching if I want it to. Okay, I just need to see when she gets back to the beginning. Again, this is not somebody I've seen before. She has 3 camera angles on it, which is awesome. So I will add this link to the thing. Oh, yes, struck the leather. Yes. Yes, Dorothy lives on a. I got it to go. Okay. Yeah, yes, I will get there. See you later, Dorothy. Dorothy lives on the island of Tasmania. So I need to go back just a tiny bit. So she did not do that. Let me see what this name is. This is Gifts, GIFTS HQ. Pick that up. I did use the bent one. I think it is easier, the bent darning needle. Oh. Sometimes when you're trying to go up and under something, the bent ones are easier to deal with. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay. I'm going to actually go through that one again. And then I'm going to take it off. Come on. Okay. It's off and it's not going to come apart. Now I can cinch it down. All right. That technique is a cinch cast off. This is what you do if you were doing the double layered hat, which I have done. Yes, neurodivergence is a whole different thing. Yep. Yeah, people sometimes struggle, I guess, with the label or whatever. There's a funny loop right here. Well, ADHD is technically on the spectrum too. But nobody, most people would not mistake it for autism. Okay. So now I need to go look at Andy Crafty Witch. I need to look at her little explanation. What did I do here? My goodness. All right. So I just cinched that down. It's not like sewn down, but I need to look at hers. Because I think what I need to do is I think I need to turn it inside out and sew that down or closed all the way. I have a nephew that almost certainly is autistic or on the spectrum. But no, all the rest of the family says something, but not his parents. And so, like, okay, well, if he doesn't need extra support to get through school, great. Because only if they need support or does the label help. But I think denial is part of that too. But also, he lives in the UK because that's where my husband's family, that's where he's from. And that's where they all live. So, but yes, there's definitely signs. But I don't know. You can usually tell when they're pretty young. If it's severe, that is. And that doesn't mean severe like they're not going to be able to. What did I do here? What on earth did I manage to sew that other tail in there? That's cool. Oh my goodness gracious. What did I do? Like I said, lives with the Sentro especially is watch Lori make mistakes. It's okay. See, fixed it. All right. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to cinch this down, but I think I need to stuff it first. But I need to find Andy's video on that. But we're at almost 2.5 hours, so we'll go 7 more minutes. Here, I'll switch cameras. And you can see that I have changed my hair color. Yep. I have 2 daughters and I have 3 stepdaughters. So daughters is all I have. So I get bonus sons. But I suppose they're bonus daughters and my stepdaughters, but wouldn't want to confuse that. Settings. Video. And this is my not cute direction with the TV behind me. And there's my camera that's over the Sentro. So, yeah. So that's my little webcam. I think it was $25. And then this is nice. This tripod, it can go up. Usually when I'm filming, it's up higher, especially if I'm diamond painting, it's up higher. But yeah, the tripod is Elite Hood, ELITEHOOD. Go ahead and drop your channels again, guys. Hooks247. I don't think you have to wait in between. Hooks247. Hi, Kathy. How are you? And Luana? I have 4 bonus donors, 2 cats and a dog. I have 2 cats and technically 3 dogs, but all of the dogs are technically my 17-year-old stepdaughters. Okay, good night, Presley. And yes, you can, it's okay to put stuff in timeout. Oh, yeah, I get that. I had my daughter, all of her wedding party, her and her husband, my youngest daughter, like their wedding party was the whole rainbow. if that makes sense. So yes, I get it. Yes, there you go. And it's very nice to see you. Kathy, I don't know if I've seen you before. You probably have, because there was someone earlier I thought I wasn't positive I had seen before. This is Linda T. I don't know if she's still here, but anyway. So the lady I watched was Gifts, GIFTSHQ, and it was her cast on, cast off video. I will add that to the description box. But I'm going to have to find Andy's next step for this. So I'm not going to finish this tonight. I mean, that'd be a cute little baby hat, right? Actually, it probably would fit on my head, right? Oh, the strings look really cool, right? It looks very Jamaican, Mom. Right? It's cute. Goes with my purple hair. So, yes, this is not the cute. Yes, exploring bound. Well, that can be part of it too. I did not ever encounter that. I never encountered anyone identifying as an animal. I did not experience that. So maybe later this week I will have. What did I miss? Why do I need to show me crocheting? What do I need to show me crocheting? Okay. There are so many tutorials. Definitely start with somebody that teaches the chain in the beginning. Yeah, you can find it all on YouTube. I have some stitch tutorials, but I would not call them. I don't think my stitch stuff is. Oh, hi, Izzy Pop. How are you? Izzy, go ahead and drop your channel if people don't know you. She does really, really cool graphic design and storytelling. Like it's very cool. Hooks, HOOKS 247, no space. Hooks 24/7. Oh, want to crochet in your channel? Okay, so this is super helpful. Having a webcam. This is actually linked to the computer. And I only spent $25 on it. It works decently well. So you definitely, okay, so if you want to start crocheting on your channel and you want to show the actual crochet, get something like this. Because then it's on your hands. I keep showing my hands as if you guys can see that. Let me see if it'll let me add it. I don't think it will. Let me see. Oh, it is. Why is it not showing then? I said add camera. Retry. No, it's not letting me. Dang it. Anyway, so if you want to show crocheting, and then, yes, so this is jerry rigged because this is actually designed for a phone, because you can do that too. Okay, so you can get this. This is Elite Hood Tripod. I do recommend this. I'm going to turn it just a little bit. Oops. Hooks 247 and then enter. Yep. Thank you for clarifying that. Hooks 247 and then hit enter, and then it will do it for you, Izzy. All right. So this is an Elite Hood tripod. I just loosely tape that on there so it doesn't get in the way. I keep turning it. There's a bunch of yarn. Let me flip this. All right. So here's the tripod. It has a level, so you know your level. These legs can go out really far. This can go up and down. This can go in and out. This one. These legs can go really far out. This can go way up. I have it pretty high because I wanted the legs to be fairly narrow. But this I need to put back higher if I'm going to do diamond painting. So a good tripod. But again, you can do this on your phone. Like this is designed for a phone. That's why I have all this weird stuff attached to it. So if you wanted to do it, oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, you guys will like Izzy. She's got really cool graphic art. It's very, very fun. But anyway, let's see what else you need. So you can do it with just a phone and like film direct. But Elite Hood, and I do have a link. If you go in my posts, just scroll back a few months, maybe 3 months, and you'll find a link to the Amazon one I did. But again, you don't even need the webcam. You can just get a phone. This is for to hold a phone, and it's and it will. You could just put your phone and face it the right direction or whatever to show your hands. I normally, this is in a different position. I'm on the other side of my desk. I'm usually on other side of my room here. That's why you're seeing the TV, which you don't normally see. And some Doctor Who art there for any of you that like that. So a tripod that holds it is really helpful. The little cheap ring cams, let me show you one of those too. They work okay, but not for the hands. I just really struggled to get one that works well with the hands. And I bring this over. This is actually, I put 2 of them together because this one tilts. I can put this up straight. And this holds if I'm using my phone because I have that other one so jury-rigged. Come on, loosen up there. So this can go up straight, but I have it at an angle usually. This is what if I'm going vertical, I'm using this setup. But this is 2 of them together to get it tall enough. So, and I sometimes turn on the light and sometimes don't. So I have 3 stepdaughters, 2 that live here. The 3rd stepdaughter is older, and she's between my daughter's ages, and she lives in California. 2 in the house, two biological daughters, both adults, two grandkids from my daughter, 1 grandkid from my oldest stepdaughter who lives in California. So that's where the 5 comes from. But there's 2 that live in the house, 2 teenagers. 2 teenage stepdaughters. Yeah. They all have the same mom, too. So it's just there was a weird age gap. Or a long age gap, I guess. Oh, I know. Oh, I can change the phrase. It's just the phrase I chose to put because I thought it would be funny. I'll change it to fun time, okay? So it won't feel so bathroom wallish. Yes. Okay. Anything else to help you? I do use a laptop, but again, if you're going to use one of these setups and use your mobile phone, just make sure your audio is good on your phone, which it probably is because phones are designed for that, right? So make sure it comes through. Well, and I know people that only use their phone and they use something called InShot, InShot. And then if you're going to make thumbnails, I do recommend Canva. Oh, it's funny. Okay, keep it. Okay. It's supposed to be funny. Oh, my shirt is funny too. This little light of mine, let it shine, the dumpster fire. Yeah. It's my sense of humor. This is why I worked well in high school, I guess. Oh, for a fun time would be worse. Oh, I guess you're right. See, I don't think before I speak and it gets me in trouble. Anyway, so let's see. You do it through your phone. If you have a laptop, there can be some advantages and there's different editing software. But if you're going to do everything through your phone, everyone that I watch that crochets says they use InShot, InShot, that app to help. So, so yes, I do right. that you develop a sense of humor. But anyway, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to help you out, Kathy. Before you start filming, make sure you have everything right there around you. And look at, like, if you're doing it on a phone, like look through the phone and see what it's showing to see if you're actually on camera. A few times I haven't paid attention to whether I was on camera or not when I was doing tutorials. But so anything else, advice? Yeah, just make sure you have all your notions, all your yarn, everything you need right there ready for you in your general vicinity. I did something because I'm a teacher, probably. I took a whiteboard and put it on top of my desk, and that's where I do filming. But I have found it reflects too much, so I have to put something down underneath whatever I'm working on, something plain. Last time I used this cute little burlap sack thing I had. It was a gift bag, I guess. But as kind of like a background, I use my diamond painting as a background sometimes, just so it's interesting, so it doesn't glare. But the reason I have the whiteboard is because then I can write on it as well. So I can't think of anything else off the bat that would be helpful. But I personally like doing most of my videos through my webcam, and this I do occasional vertical lives, and that's on my phone because vertical lives are always through your phone. But I know lots of people that do YouTube channels and only have a phone. Crocheting Around New Zealand, Trish, who was here earlier, she only uses a phone. That's all she has. So she's figured out how she can go horizontal using the phone for a live and not just vertical. I think she has something like this to hold it. Again, these are pretty good. The problem is, like, I couldn't get one that was tall enough that actually had so I screwed two of them together is what I did to make it work for me. So, but I love my Elite Hood, this tripod here. It's a great tripod, but it's designed for a phone. So I had to kind of make it work with the webcam. All right, it's been over 2.5 hours, so I am going to let you all go, and I will check in on Camille and make sure everything's fine, but I'm sure it is. She probably just had that family thing that had to be taken care of. So, whiteboard is it? Yeah, I like it. Okay, so here's what I recommend. Now, Kathy, thank you for that additional information. I want to show you something else today. Okay, I'm going to recommend you get a little table like this. Now, this table actually tilts. It can go higher. Let me show you higher. I have it on its lowest setting right now, and then it pulls up. So it can go higher, and that could like sit across your lap. And then it tilts. How do I tilt it? Oh yeah, like that. So I release these, and then okay, snap that so I can show you that now the table is tilted. It would be tilted forward like that. So then that can go across your lap. And so, yeah, these are not very expensive. You can make it, like I said, the height you want. You can easily get. I do not have one of these on Amazon, but I would recommend if you're wanting to do it in your bed, that would be a great way to do it. I know it was so nice seeing you. Yeah, it's like basically a lap table. I think they call it a lap desk. I think that's what they call it. But that might really help you because then you can have everything on your table in there. But yes, it was so nice chatting with you, Pam. Thank you for coming in. And I don't know if you're saying goodbye, Chuck. I know do you work tomorrow? I know things have been kind of goofy lately with your chat. But anyway, yeah, so with that extra information, I would grab yourself one of those. And like I said, I think they are called lap desks. And they might be called laptop desks. And, oh, by Luana. Someday I'll remember. Thank you so much, Chuck. Yeah, and hopefully I was able to fully help you out there, Kathy. And I'm going to just drop this. If you want, if that's going to be your channel name, or if you're going to create a different channel, you can have us subscribe before you start. You are working the next 2 days. Bummer. All right. So I'm going to drop my channel. Oh, see, I was going to do it the way, even though my channel has been dropping, it's Hooks247. If you want, we can work on getting you. Please let me know if you start a channel. Put a post in my community, and we'll come over and check you out. Yeah, that's just showing. So if you want subscribers already, if this is going to be the name of it, you just type Lou. See, and I still don't know. Is that Anna? Lou Anna? Because that's how I would pronounce that. Lou Anna. Going to keep the same channel name. Okay. So yeah. If you want people to already subscribe, go ahead and type Hooks247 and it will drop your channel as listed right there. And then that way you can have subscribers when you're ready to go ahead. Oh, I know. I was just showing you as an example. I know, Kathy. I know. I was just showing you how you could drop your channel. Even though if you don't have content yet, that's fine. Drop your channel, and then maybe we can get you a few subscribers before you film anything. And then there's that. So my moderators, people who help in the chat, their channels drop automatically. So one of my nails just came off, so I need to fix that. I will be live again tomorrow in the middle of the day. You can look at my live tab and see that. And I also made a post about it. I will be with Critters Crochet, and we're going to be talking about how to do this craft, do yarn crafts when you're on a budget. Finding inexpensive ways to still do what you want with crochet and the like. But yeah, I was just saying, Kathy, if you want people to subscribe, you can type Hooks247 and then it will be there. And like I said, even if you don't have content yet, we can get you a few people subscribed so you're ready to go when you're ready to go. Or you can come in and tell us, hey, I have a video out. You can put it on my community post. You already have. Oh, nice. You already have 93. Well, go ahead and type Hooks247. And more people can check you out. And I love squirrels. I think they're hilarious. I will be entertained by that. So I will definitely check it out. Yes. Oh, there's not going to be much to replay, but you are welcome to replay. Oh, God. Another nail just came off. Okay. And yes, you'll catch the replay tomorrow because you'll be at work, which makes me sad. Pop in if you can, if you happen to be on a break. Yes, there you go. Thank you. I will definitely go check that out. And then there's Margaret, another mod of mine, moderator there. I tried to spread them out a little bit. Let me go into YouTube here. So sorry. I'll go into my own live. Make sure the volume's down. And then I'm going to click on you to make sure. Okay, subscribe. All right. But yeah, that's all my advice. And then tomorrow, middle of the day, I'll be live. And then Kathy, you might want to check out somebody named the Spoonie Stitcher because she has a lot of chronic illness and often she's bedridden as well. So she's in my description box as like, check out these channels. So she's in there if you're interested. But anyway, I appreciate you all and thank you so much for coming in, and we will see some of you tomorrow or see you on the replay of tomorrow. Thanks for stepping in, and I'm going to actually say goodbye and not 65 times or 71 times or 72 times, just a couple times. All right. Goodbye. Have a beautiful week.